Welcome back to Trash Pack Builds. We're doing another Gaslands conversion. This time we're doing a 2016 Ford GT race, for what that's worth. Anyway, let's draw these rivets out. Crack this bad boy open, see what we're working with. There we go, this is cool. I like this little open engine bit at the back. Definitely work with that. Now, usual, sand it up. Get it all roughed up, ready for priming and gluing. And then we go to the bits box. I'm just going to do my usual, mess around with things, dry fit, dry test. Kind of vibe fit them. Not too sure about this, possibly. I found this little thing. It's a little FDM printed backpack. I feel like that'll fit quite nicely on there with that little open engine. Then I've got this little Necron head, trimmed it up at the back, just kind of fit it on the front like a little mount. Nice. I think that looks pretty sweet. And you know what else looks pretty sweet is leaving a like and subscribing. Really helps out the channel. Right, now I'm going to clip these little pipes off the side here and I'm going to replace it with the old favourite guitar string. Just gonna give it a little test. Just gonna fit it in, measure it up by eye, bend it using the clippers. And I'm gonna have sort of one into the back of here that I'm just gonna carefully drill a little hole out with the old snips there. I want one going in there, like that. At this point, I've got a case of the pockets and just thought, yeah, let's just glue it in. Look at that, looks pretty good. Next I thought, alright, let's just test to see if this fits, and it didn't fit. Tried to sort of squeeze. So we'll figure that out later. Till now, let's cut another bit of this off. I figured I wanted another cable coming from that backpack. Sort of like a kind of generator thing. We're going to have it leading all the way to the front to that skull. Super glue it on, use a toothpick to sort of hold it in place, kind of stops it sticking to your finger. Another careful precision hole, drill into the side there, just to get that to fit a little bit better in there. Lovely. Right, once I got the case to fit back on the old base bit with the seats, I thought what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect this backpack again to the little sticky arty engine bit here. So I primed it up and thought I'll do it afterwards because I'll need to fit it together and stuff. So now I've got this idea for at the back. I want to do like a kind of Tesla coily kind of electricity kind of generator. There's a thing in the book called the arc weapon, and I liked the sound of it, so I thought this will be quite good. Cable didn't quite fit, so we're just going to have to carefully snip that off. This is from a Necron, I don't know, some kind of Necron gun. Just going to fix that up there, glue it in place, and prime it black. Going to hand prime this stuff. Should have glued it all on first before priming, but you know. Right, now we're going to hit it with some base colours. Bit of Stegadon blue. We're going to get a bit of a neon fade. This is for my team, my Mishkin team, that I'm going to call the Neon Demons. Here we go, just get a bit of a gradient going. A little bit of white for the headlights and for the glowy bits of the generators and energy powered parts. So yeah, I can hit that with a bit of white. Lovely, lovely. Then we're going to use familiar pink speed paint, just going to blast that over the top of the white bits. Channeling our inner heresy for heretics on this one. Just going to do these eyes a little bit whiter. And then I added a green to it. I think it was Shamrock Green speed paint. Apologies, I didn't quite get it in there. I just kept that clip in to prove that I did it. Now I'm going to paint the kind of reflections on the lights. These aren't the best, they're probably not the most accurate. but it's just an extra little detail. In the sort of brightest parts of all of the energy generator-y bits as well. We're going to hit them with some white. Then we're going to go back over them again with some more of that speed paint, more of that familiar pink. Just around the edges and try and keep the white still in the middle. And then I'm just going to go over the eyes again of this Necron head in white. Lovely. Now broadsword silver speed paint, just going to hit all of the cables, all of the metal parts with this speed paint, nice and easy. I would go over my black again first, but I kind of want to keep a little bit of that underglow, some of that underpaint, just so some of that pink and blue shines through. And I did a very, very watered down mix just for the head and for a little bit on these back bits here, just to give them a little bit of a glint. So for the interior here, as you can see, did it yellow. I come up with this fun idea, since we're on a kind of accidentally cyberpunk synthwavey kind of vibe. I thought, yeah, let's run with it. So I'm going to do some Zealot yellow speed paint over that Flash Kits yellow. I'm not going to be too fussy about it, I'm just going to whack it everywhere. It's just going to add a little bit of detail, make it look a bit like shadows and stuff. Silver for the silver bits. There's no rust in this one though, not really, because it's supposed to be like a clean, experimental, energy, weapony focused team. Now I'm going to get a bit of copper wire, and I'm just going to wrap this round here at super speed to make kind of like a Tesla coil kind of vibe. And it just adds another little element, more texture. Beautiful, don't even need to paint it. So anyway, moving back to this, the interior, I decided to do kind of like a leopard print kind of pattern, and I'm just doing like little C's, kind of like wonky letter C's here and there, various different shapes and sizes, again not too precious. If you get 60 to 70% of them right, then people will get the idea when they look, and plus there's a tiny little scale on the table we'll look through. There you go, looks alright. Now just glue that down, put it all back in together. Lovely, give it a squeeze. And I'm going to paint the thing I said I don't even need to paint. I'm just going to do a little bit more, some glow effects here. Just a bit of white. I'm just going to spray a little bit of this. Oh shit. And then a bit of blue. Again, just going to spray just a little bit on there. Just tops and bottoms, make it, oh shit. And then we're going to stick that down again. Lovely. But you know what else it needs? Some lightning bolts. So what we're going to do is we're going to get a little bit of this. It could be armature wire. It's some kind of modelling wire. I just kind of had it lying around, to be honest. And we're going to bend these into... oh, shit. We're going to bend these into little lightning shapes, and then we're going to paint them white first of all. While that dries, I thought, you know what? Let's do the rims, try and make them look kind of glowy and neon as well. It's one of those things where you get maybe 2 minutes, not even, you get 20 seconds into it and you realise, this is long, I don't want to actually do this. But I did it anyway, powered through, and you know what, it looks pretty cool. Right, now they're dry, we're going to try and stick these lightning bolts on. This was really tricky, I'm not going to lie. But with enough super glue and enough patience, while that super glue dries, we're going to do the old centre glow points of this pink stuff. And then we're going to move back over to here, but just going to hit it with a blue. I think this is magic blue. And then we're just going to get another lighter blue over the top. And then we're just, while it's still wet on there, we're just going to kind of wet blend it. It's just like mixing paint on the brush, but you just do it on the model while it's still wet, just to kind of blend that together a bit. And then I think we'll call that done. As always, if you've enjoyed what you see, do remember to like and subscribe. We've got plenty more Gaslands content, loads of stuff planned. We've got a board build coming up. It's going to be sick. Till then, I will see you next time.